How y'all doing tonight? So in today's video, we are going to be talking about why are we a dying breed. And tonight we are out in the horse pen where we can hang out with our buddies, talk a little bit about this situation. My name is Matt and
my name's Buddy.
And we are going to talk about this for a little bit here. So grab some coffee, grab some tea, grab some CBD coffee, whatever you're into. Sit down and let's talk.
He has a horse flying on his neck. I don't want to. There we go. So what I like about our lifestyle is that I'm able to wake up every morning and then be with our horses and just do all the animal chores. I personally don't think I could live anywhere else and do anything else. Cause I mean, like, to me, like, there's no better way of living. Like, it might be a little hectic, but there's no better way of living than just being with, like, in a way, like, you can have human friends and stuff, but like having a horse that you can just saddle up and hang out with for a few hours every morning, I don't think you can get much better than that.
When we moved down here about 8 years ago or so, we didn't come to the great state of Texas thinking with the mindset of changing the culture. All we wanted to do is move down here and make the culture even stronger, so that's why we adopted all the ways of life. And the only way to really experience what true cowboys are, they're really fantasized in the Hollywood movies and stuff like that. When you really get down here into the sticks, into the cowboy country, pretty much the birthplace of it, it's just ingrained in so much in our culture, in Southern culture as a whole. And we absolutely love it. The same as Buddy was saying, I totally agree with him. I couldn't live any other lifestyle. I personally don't know how other people live any other lifestyles. The cowboy lifestyle is real low-key, real chill, but at the end of the day, we work really hard, we're really loyal. If we say something, we're gonna get it done. So why are we a dying breed?
Why I think we're a dying breed is because nobody wants to let their kids work. They always want to just baby them and be like, oh, don't worry, once you're so old, then you can work. I think what they should be doing is letting them work, giving them jobs to do, and letting them, there's going to be risk involved, but letting them learn all the, if you want your kid to be safe, he's never gonna be like, oh, well, I just have to listen to mom and dad. But if they just say, like, I don't want you using a hatchet because you could cut off your finger. But honestly, if they cut off their finger, then they're gonna know, I should have listened to my parents, you know? I mean, you gotta let them, do everything.
Yeah, exactly. You know? Like, our mom and dad went from, we were very young, but we started out with hatchets and stuff like that. And slowly as we matured, we got bigger and bigger equipment. Went from hatchets to sawzalls to chainsaws to running all types of equipment, and the only way is our parents let us out, and probably for the first day, if it was a new toy like a chainsaw or something, they would go out and watch us maybe for the first day. And then once the dust settled a little bit, it was like, awesome, he's out there chainsawing and living life, that's great. And
bees are dying. Cows are starving. Crops are drying up. Local farmers are shutting down everywhere. So what can you do, and how can you help?
By shopping at TheTexasBoys.com, you're supporting local bee farmers, organic coffee roasters, and small businesses.
So shop now at TheTexasBoys.com.
We are definitely a dying breed, like Buddy was saying. The way we live, and even the new generation of cowboys has, this new generation of cowboys that are getting raised up right now are in this it's not good, because they brought in this gross, disgusting TikTok and Instagram and Snapchat and all this garbage stuff on these terrible, very addictive devices if you let them be. They can be a very, very powerful, awesome tool, because I have one, and it's a very, very handy tool. And this is a kid phone or whatever, so glorified walkie-talkie, but they can be a really important tool. They can really keep you safe, but it's a double-edged sword because it can chop your head off at the same time. So I think it's one of those things that these cowboys, man, these younger generation, not the older generation is legit, but this newer generation is gonna have to definitely buckle up and buckle down and really prove that they are where it's at, you know? And that's what we're trying to do, at least for us. Every time we're out somewhere doing something, we show incredible work ethic as much as possible. One of the cowboy sayings is, leave it how you found it. And as we like to do in our household, and us boys personally, we don't like just to do that. If we're over somewhere and we see something's not quite right, or if somebody asks us to do something, we will do it tenfold, or we will at least try our best. And why? Why would you do that? We do that because we want to have a good reputation, a good name for ourselves in our community. I'm not against college. I'm not against college. If you want to be a veterinarian, a doctor, something like that, we need those people in our lives. Yeah. We do. Period, end of story. I've had 2 major surgeries. Praise the Lord that I had doctors that would take care of me and do all that stuff, and they were a blessing. And so I'm not against college whatsoever, and I know you need to have all that type of higher education when it comes to that type of stuff. But the other thing is that we're not all going to be doctors, and we're not all going to be veterinarians and all these different things. The other thing is that as cowboys and as ranchers and as farmers, we keep this whole entire country running. We are the meat and potatoes of the USA. And once we are removed and we evaporate, the whole thing comes crumbling in. And I don't care how much higher education you have, you will never be able to beat book smarts and real life smarts. There is a big difference. They both help, but the book smarts do help. Trust me, they do help. But if you have loads of life experience and you sprinkle in a little bit of book experience, awesome. But if you have no life experience and all book experience, it's not gonna do you real good in life. All that to say, us boys, we are not going to college. For one fact, we don't wanna be in debt. The other fact, there's a bunch of messed up stuff happening. I'm not gonna talk about it, not gonna stress people out with it, because I know it stresses some people out. Unless they're saved, born again Christians that can just put on some blinders like a horse and run through it and run back out and get the job done. And other than that, with 100%, I don't care if it's Christian college, Bible college, garbage.
I mean, if it's not broken, don't fix it.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, like, everybody's like, oh, he's going to college. Yeah. And then you have all these people, oh, I went to college, and then they never even use it. So they spent just like however much it costs, and they're in debt for like 15 years, and they're never using that stuff. I mean, like,
what do you think the world thinks of us?
Well, I think the world thinks of us as idiots. I think that they think in a way we're disgusting because we do all our cattle stuff. Yeah. And they hate us. They hate us because we're modest and because we like to do everything ourselves. They're like, oh, why would you have chickens? There's chicken poop all in the yard. But if you think about it, I mean, like, they're controlling us. So as soon as that all shuts off, then what are we gonna do?
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, like, history repeats itself. I mean, like in the war.
If you don't learn from it.
Yeah.
I personally think, buddy, it is kind of 2 different things. I do see where you're coming from. The global elites hate our guts. I know that. Period, end of story. They do. City people, they might, I could see some of them being like, oh, that's kind of cool, to watch them on YouTube and see them do their cowboy thing. That's awesome. That's kind of cute or whatever. But I definitely do think there's still, I mean, all of our subscribers, which y'all are awesome, that will comment on this video, and I thank you before you even comment. Just thank you so much for all the nice comments, the mean comments, all of them, love them all. And I think there is still a very big percentage of people, It is dwindling very quickly, but there is still a big percentage of people that do like us and do strive for our type of lifestyle and wish that they could be blessed with this type of lifestyle. We are absolutely blessed by the Heavenly Father. He totally makes this whole entire thing possible. Did I ever in a million years think I was gonna live on a cattle ranch with horses and stuff like that? Never. When I moved to Texas, I was just blessed to go play in some mud and not be harassed and stuff like that from the government.
I mean, we're not average cowboys. You know, you got your, I guess you could say more worldly cowboys,
Yeah.
which are like, yeah, we go to the rodeos, we do all the things.
Yeah.
But when it comes down to it, like, yeah, you can rope something in a pen, you can do barrel racing, but in a way, that doesn't, I mean, like in a real life situation when the cow's running around on a 20-acre ranch, you're not gonna be able to do it because you're
true.
used to this little skinny running thing, and then when you want the horse to run, you're right beside it, then you nod your head. I mean, like, nowadays, like, it's not that easy. You're not always gonna be dealing with little calves. Sometimes you're gonna be having big cows. I mean, it's not always
and also
safe, you know?
too, you know, like if they break through a fence, or if a fence needs fixed, or yeah, I see where you're coming from. And you know, you got, you know, your new and upcoming cowboys, and they're just mainly right into the rodeo style of things and not really into the grime and the work type of things. And you know, which is fine. And you know, their mom and dad float them, and they, you know, they give them all the stuff. They give them the big fancy trailer, the trucks, and the clothing and everything like that, and that's fine. But on the other hand, too, which our mom and dad try their hardest to balance out with us boys also, since we do run businesses and stuff like that, is definitely staying humble, putting our nose to the grindstone and working. And working and working and working.
And I think, I mean, like, it's awesome that, like, I don't know if this might sound weird, but it's cool that you can prove yourself and be like, yeah, I'm a real cowboy, I can rope, I'm really good at everything. But at the same time, it has to be a happy medium. I mean, like, it's good to be able to, like, show that you're a really good cowboy, and it's also good just to you're not showing off constantly, you know, where it's just like, oh, look how good I am, because I mean, it's cool to, like, you know, be like the guy in the background who's like, wow, he can do all that ranch work, he's a good worker, he can put up fence. I mean, it's not always about, like, all the horses, and bling bling, you know.
So what do you think other kids your age, you've met lots of different kids throughout your life, and I have too, but I'll speak about it as well, but what do you think the majority of them think about you and your lifestyle? Like, what do some of them think, or what do they think about your lifestyle?
Think they, well, this is gonna sound weird. I think that they think I'm just a goofy kid, and they're just like, okay, he's just crazy. That's why I don't have that many friends. I only have like 2 friends. Like, kind of just one.
You like how we're saying this, and there's like 80,000 people on this channel now?
Yeah, and they're gonna be like, there's gonna be so many people on the YouTube channel like, I like you, but chances are in real life they're gonna be like, wow, you're
nuts.
You're nuts. But
but okay, go ahead.
Like, I personally think I worry about cowboying a little too much.
Nah, you can't do that.
Like, I'm not, like, I try to help a lot with the YouTube stuff, but I mean, like, I much rather, like, when I get older, what I think I'm gonna do is do a lot of ranching, like.
Like, you're our #1 hand here. Like, if we need anything done, roped, strung up, anything farm related, you're like on it. You're the first one. So, like, while I'm editing videos and stuff like that, you're out, like, grinding and getting stuff done.
And, like, I'm not gonna be like, oh, Buddy makes a bunch of money going to all these play days and stuff. No, what I'm saying is, like, it's cool, like, every 3 months you go do that. But, like, for work, I'm not gonna always be doing the cattle thing, because that's, honestly, it doesn't make that much money unless you're like, you start off as a millionaire. What I'm probably gonna be doing is building fences, building barns for people. I mean, like, and then maybe once I get big enough, then I can have, like, a big herd of cattle and make it self-sufficient, you know? The
rodeo lifestyle, and we've known a lot of people. We know personally a couple people that are in it, and we absolutely love them. We learn all of our techniques and our styles and everything from them. But the one thing is that the rodeo lifestyle is not sustainable lifestyle.
No.
You need loads of money. You need at least somebody hauling in the bacon, okay? Unless you are living out on the road and you're driving around cross country, that's the only way that you're gonna make decent money doing the rodeo deal. You at least need somebody bringing in the bacon every day. So that's either mom or the dad, or just the dad, and then he somehow can coordinate everything else. But anyway, or vice versa, whatever. But these people, they live, breathe rodeo. That's all they do. That's all they think about. And sadly, when it comes to, you know, food shortages and all these other things that are happening in the world, when that hits them, they're kind of totally in a pickle because they don't have a garden. They don't have anything to do. They've been so removed.
Yeah, they don't have time for it.
Yeah, and they're so removed from the actual cowboy culture that was really a homestead cowboy culture type of thing, where you grew your garden and you raised your cattle.
Yeah.
And, you know, yeah, once in a while you would go off and probably do some rodeoing or something like that. But this full-time rodeo thing, the downside is that you just get disconnected too.
I mean, rodeos back then were more like for a fun thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, you know, we work like so long on the ranch and everything.
Yeah.
It's fun to, like,
Kick
you know,
back
go
and-
show off your
yeah.
horse, you know, have some fun. But that's fun. It's not work. I mean,
Yeah.
there's no work that's fun. And I mean, there's some work that, I mean, I could see how it's enjoyable. But like, when it's fun, most of the time that means it's not work.
Yeah.
I mean,
we might have touched this subject a little bit, but what do we like about our lifestyle? And on top of that, is our parents, because I know there's gonna be people in here, is our parents like forcing this lifestyle type of culture on us?
no, 100% no.
Yeah.
Like, they're not forcing it on us at all, but at the same time, they're not like, you shouldn't be doing that.
Yeah.
It's just like, it's like 50-50. It's kind of, it's 50% like you can do like almost whatever you want, like whatever kind of style of life. If you want to be a builder, you can be a builder, and you don't have to be a cowboy. You can be a cowboy. Like, they are very supportive of us.
Yes.
They wouldn't be supportive if we said we're going to do sports. They wouldn't. They would be like,
no,
we're not paying for that. You can go do it. We're not going to be like,
yeah, exactly.
we're not going to be like forcing you not to do it, but like, we ain't supporting that, because they know that's just like,
Silly.
it's silly.
Super
you know?
silly. Alrighty. So what do you personally like about your lifestyle?
What I love about my lifestyle is just being home a lot, you know? Like, with our lifestyle, we can stay home way more.
Yeah.
Like, even with the YouTube channel, we can stay home. We're not going out to work every day. I mean, our work is doing what we're doing and doing what we love. I mean, it's hard work, but we love it.
Big rep, yeah.
I mean,
and the thing is that I'm gonna have to touch on this just slightly, is that's the one problem about public school, y'all, is that, and we've touched about this and we've talked about this a little bit, is that, you know, a lot of people are like, but how do you get socialization and all this silly, stupid stuff? There is, at least here in Texas, I don't know about everybody else, or maybe it's just this place, I don't know, but I have so many neighbor friends. They're not kids, but they're just older gentlemen and older ladies that are just absolutely amazing people, and we're perpetually, I mean, always in conversation and working and collaborating and working together as a community, and it's absolutely beautiful. And when kids get removed and they go off to public school, or they go off to their fancy colleges and stuff like that, they ditch their family and they ditch their community. The kids come home from public school or college, and then they're like, oh wow, there's nothing to do here, because they just wasted their whole life totally disconnected from their community, when if they were actually here on the farm, and even if they had to go out and do some other random jobs here and there, that's what us good old boys do too. You're always, I mean, we have perpetual jobs that come in just from the grapevine. Just they hear something about us and they hear that we work really hard and we get the job done really quick, and you can totally rely on us at any time, and they're gonna show up there really early before you even get there on the job site. and that word spreads like wildfire.
Yep.
That is the other thing. That's why I love our lifestyle. I want to definitely encourage any young people out there. It doesn't have to be a cowboy lifestyle.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be a cowboy lifestyle. If you want to just be a plain Jane, hey, embrace the hillbilly. I do that. I'll straight up, you know, roll up these jeans barefoot.
Daisy Dukes.
No, okay, not Daisy Dukes. But anyway, and just be straight up hillbilly redneck. I do it a lot. You do it a lot. Embrace whoever you are in a Christian way. So anyway, what would we like to see from our generation and the next generation coming up?
I would like to see.
What would you like to see?
I'm a little young for talking about this, but
No,
you know,
you're not.
it's gonna
Go
be
ahead.
like so many people. Oh,
Go ahead.
what are you
Go
talking
ahead.
about? But what I would like to see in our generation is people they're not like going off track, just like staying and doing what their dad did, and just like keep doing the ranching thing until like eventually you'll get to like. This is starting to sound weird, but because I'm terrible with words, but
No, you're
like
good.
until eventually everybody gets together in our generation, and then you next thing you know, you got like a 1,000-acre ranch and the whole like know family, like the whole I guess you would say chain or what? What would you say?
A little community.
The whole
your,
community
your family.
of your family would.
Yeah.
The whole generation could like go together and then just help each other out.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah, go ahead.
when one's low on money and when the other's high, I mean, you just keep evening it out.
Yeah, you help each other out.
And like when you're all going up, that's good. And when you're all going down, I mean, just keep helping each other out.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, like,
well, that's how it was not that long ago. That's how it was. And a lot of the farms around here, y'all, I know of several farms around here, thousands of acres or a couple hundred acres, family farm. All their children were on it, and man, this new generation of kids that are getting raised up don't want to be on the farm because they're getting programmed in mind control, okay? And all in their whole entire thing is how to destroy the family, and that's why they want to do all this crazy, creepy stuff with kids.
And I think why it is because they grew up their whole life and they didn't put any work into it.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, like this place, like our parents did a ton,
Also,
like probably 80%.
What?
But we, you know, like
financially,
financially, and like
you're good. Yep.
Our dad does all the fruit trees, but like we did so much work. We cleared so much. We did, you know, we were constantly being
in it.
We were helping. We were doing so much stuff. That's what makes you attached, and that's what makes you want to stay, you know?
And I mean, it's really, the other thing too is it's the parents' fault. It's really the parents' fault. Our parents, praise the Lord and shame on the devil, they've been doing their best. They're not perfect. We're not perfect kids.
No.
We mess up, they mess up. We all perpetually have to say we're sorry all the time, and that always stinks to do, but we're not perfect people. That's what we like to show on the channel. And we're not a perfect family, but when the devil smashes us into the ground, we get back up, dust the dirt off our boots, and keep on marching and keep on fighting the good fight of faith. So a lot of the parents, they drop the ball and they're like, you know, this is our property. Kids, you don't really have to do any work, or you can do some of the chores, but hey, you're gonna go chop down a tree or something, well, you gotta get Pop's permission.
Like, I think everything, like, you'll see a cowboy family, but most time, it's just only those parents, and then the kids go do, like, a totally different lifestyle, and it bounces around, because they're not, like, not really making, but like, in a way you could say, they're not making their kids, like, grow up in that culture, too. They're just this is what we do, and then once y'all are 18, you can go do whatever you want. Like, well, I think it should be as like our parents, like, you can build a house right there.
Yeah.
Like, they're not forcing us to stay, but we had a house here. Like, we don't have to worry about once we're
buying
too
property.
old. Our parents aren't going to kick us out of their house because we just built our house.
Yeah.
And I mean, like, sadly, but it's the truth. I mean, I'm not going to skip it. Once our parents die, I mean, like, they have obviously no use for their property. They're
true.
what our parents are doing is they're setting it up for us.
Yeah, in the next generation.
And like that's what I'm gonna do. Like if I when on my property, even if it's here or somewhere else, I'm gonna set it up for my kids. I'm not gonna be setting up for me.
Yeah, exactly. So how can we fix this problem of good old-fashioned people being the dying breed?
I think how we can fix this problem is everybody that knows the old culture, I think they should help their neighbors. I think they should be like, hey, I got some if they don't have cows, hey, I got some cows, I'll sell them to you. Where like, I might not be making money, but hey, I'm starting up their family to go into the cattle business. And then who knows, all my cows die for some weird reason. They got all sick and then I had to put them down or whatever. Then I got my neighbor that I gave cows and his cows are doing well. Then he can, you know, swap them back. And then they when their cows have calves, they can sell those cows to somebody else, you know, and just like make the culture bigger and bigger, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, I think just parents are gonna have to wake up and parents are gonna have to embrace the fact that they're parents, for Pete's sake.
Yeah.
And if you're gonna have kids, just grow up and be parents. And don't baby your kids. Let them go out and do some stuff. Let them be a little bit risky. Are you gonna get hurt when you do it?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna get hurt. I get hurt. You get hurt. You fall off horses. I fall off horses. We do crazy stuff. You sprain your ankles. You get scratched. You get burnt.
I mean, like I fell off my horse. My back's jacked up. I have to go to the chiropractor a few times. I'm not just gonna be like, okay, I quit. No, I'm gonna get back on there. I learn from my mistakes, and then hopefully it's not gonna happen again.
Yeah. Fixing the problem is get the kids out of the public schools. Stop getting into debt.
Yeah.
But anyway, y'all, it's getting dark. It's hard to even see the camera. We love y'all so much. Go check out TheTexasBoys.com. Go pick up some coffee. Go pick up some honey. All the honey is restocked. You can get it in 1 gallon size. You can get it in 5 pound. You can get it in all types of different varieties. And if y'all liked this style of video, comment down below and say, yeah, I love this style of video. I want to see more of you and Buddy, or me and James, or whoever, Buddy and James, talking about the cowboy lifestyle and what we need to do to fix it all up. But anyway, we will catch y'all in the next video. See y'all later. Bye-bye.
Bye.